Introduction. The War of Art by Steven Pressfield is a transformative guide that delves deep into the heart of creative struggles. First published in 2002, this book has since become the cornerstone for artists, writers, entrepreneurs, and anyone looking to transcend the obstacles that hinder their pursuit of creative excellence. Steven Pressfield, best known for his historical novels such as Gates of Fire and The Legend of Bag of Ants, brings his profound understanding of the human spirit and creative process to this non-fiction masterpiece. The War of Art is not merely a book, it is a call to arms for anyone who dreams of making a meaningful impact through their work. With the precision of a seasoned storyteller and the wisdom of an experienced warrior, Pressfield identifies the internal and external barriers we face, naming this formidable adversary resistance. In a clear and compelling narrative, Pressfield divides his insights into three distinct sections. The first part, Resistance Defining the Enemy, offers a candid exploration of the myriad forms of resistance can take, from procrastination to self-doubt. The second section, Combating Resistance, Turning Pro, provides practical strategies for overcoming these barriers by adopting a professional mindset. Finally, Beyond Resistance, The Higher Realm, invites readers to connect with the deeper, often spiritual dimensions of creativity and inspiration. The War of Art is more than a guide, it's an invitation to commit to the journey with courage and determination. Pressfield's articulate and no-nonsense approach inspires readers to face their fears, conquer their doubts, and unleash their full creative potential. Whether you are an artist struggling to complete a masterpiece, a writer battling with blank pages, or an entrepreneur navigating the uncertainties of a new venture, this book offers invaluable insights and motivation. Book synopsis. The War of Art by Steven Pressfield is an invigorating exploration of the internal battles every creator faces. Pressfield masterfully dissects the concept of resistance, a universal force that manifests as procrastination, self-doubt and fear, preventing us from achieving our full potential. This book is a rallying cry for anyone committed to bringing their creative vision to life, offering both a diagnosis and a prescription for overcoming these invisible barriers. The book is structured into three distinct sections. Resistance, Defining the Enemy. In the first section, Pressfield lays bare the insidious nature of resistance. He illustrates how resistance permeates our lives, disguising itself as rationalization, distraction, and even the voice of reason. Through vivid examples and personal anecdotes, he exposes how this force operates and the true destructive impact it can have on our creative aspirations. Pressfield's candid discussion helps readers identify and acknowledge the presence of resistance in their own lives, setting the stage for the battle ahead. Combating Resistance, Turning Pro. The second section offers a roadmap for conquering resistance. Pressfield introduces the concept of turning pro, a mindset shift from amateur to professional. He argues that professionals show up every day, no matter the obstacles, treating their craft with respect and discipline. Through practical advice and empowering insights, he outlines strategies for developing a professional attitude towards creative work. Pressfield's guidance encourages readers to commit fully to their endeavours, embracing hard work, perseverance, and the daily grind necessary to overcome resistance. Beyond Resistance, The Higher Realm. In the final section, Pressfield delves into the deeper, often spiritual aspects of creativity. He explores the idea of creative inspiration as a higher calling, something that transcends the individual and taps into the universal source of ideas and energy. This section is a meditation on the divine art and the role of the artist as a conduit for something greater. Pressfield encourages readers to embrace their creative impulse as sacred and to approach their work with reverence and dedication. Throughout The Art of War, Pressfield's voice is both compassionate and commanding, offering a blend of tough love and heartfelt encouragement. His insights are drawn from his own experiences as a writer and an artist, providing a relatable and authentic perspective on the struggles and triumphs of the creative journey. The Art of War is not just a book, it's a manifesto for anybody determined to defeat the forces holding them back and to bring their unique contribution to the world. Whether you're an aspiring artist, a seasoned professional, or simply someone seeking to unlock your full potential, Pressfield's wisdom will inspire you to confront your fears, persevere through challenges, and ultimately win the war against resistance. Main themes and events. The concept of resistance. In the opening section, Steven Pressfield introduces the concept of resistance, portraying it as a negative force that arises whenever we try to embark on a creative or entrepreneurial endeavour. Resistance is depicted as an omnipresent enemy, manifesting as procrastination, self-doubt, fear, and rationalisation. Pressfield's detailed examples make this abstract concept tangible, illustrating how resistance operates subtly but powerfully in our daily lives, preventing us from reaching our full potential. Resistance in everyday life. Pressfield goes on to explore how resistance infiltrates various aspects of life, not just creative pursuits. He shows how it can hinder personal development, health and relationships. Through personal anecdotes and relatable scenarios, he demonstrates that recognising and understanding the myriad forms of resistance is the final crucial step in combating it. This section sets the stage for readers to become aware of how resistance specifically affects their lives. Turning pro, the mindset shift. A significant turning point in the book is the introduction of the idea of turning pro. Pressfield contrasts the amateur mindset with that of a professional, emphasising that the latter approaches their work with dedication, discipline, and a sense of responsibility. This theme is central to the book as it encourages readers to take their creative endeavours seriously, committing to them fully as a professional would. He details the traits and behaviours that distinguish professionals from amateurs, offering practical advice on how to adopt this professional mindset. The daily routine of a professional. Pressfield emphasises the importance of routine and consistency in the professional's life. He argues that showing up every day, regardless of inspiration or mood, is a defining characteristic of a professional. He shares insights from his own daily writing routine, illustrating how structure and discipline are essential to overcoming resistance. This section provides concrete examples and strategies for establishing a productive daily routine. The role of fear and how to overcome it. Fear is identified as a primary tool of resistance. Pressfield discusses the different types of fear that creators face, from the fear of failure to the fear of success. He offers practical advice on confronting and overcoming these fears, emphasising that fear is a natural part of the creative process and can be a sign of when we are on the right track. By learning to recognise and embrace fear, creators can use it as a motivator rather than a barrier. The importance of self-validation. Another key theme is the importance of self-validation and internal motivation. Pressfield argues that true professionals do not seek external validation for their work, instead they are driven by internal desire to create and improve. He discusses the dangers of relying on external approval and the liberating power of self-validation. This section encourages readers to find their intrinsic motivation and stay true to their creative vision. Battling the shadow career. Pressfield introduces the concept of the shadow career, where individuals pursue a path that mimics their true calling, but it is ultimately a safer, less fulfilling version. He provides examples of how people settle for shadow careers out of fear and complacency. By identifying and rejecting these shadow careers, readers are encouraged to pursue their true passions with courage and authenticity. The higher realm of creativity. In the final section, Pressfield explores the spiritual dimensions of creativity. He suggests that creative inspiration comes from a higher realm, often referred to as the muse. This theme underscores the idea that art and creativity are sacred, and the creators have a responsibility to honour their gifts and bring their work into the world. This perspective adds a profound, almost mystical dimension to the creative process. The role of the ego. Pressfield examines the role of the ego in the creative process, explaining how it can both help and hinder our work. While the ego drives ambition and perseverance, it can also foster insecurity and resistance. He provides strategies for balancing the ego, using it to fuel creative efforts without letting it become a source of self-sabotage. This nuanced discussion helps readers understand and manage their own egos in the context of their work. The long-term battle against resistance. The book concludes with a realistic yet inspiring message about an ongoing battle against resistance. Pressfield emphasises that overcoming resistance is not a one-time event, but a lifelong commitment. He encourages readers to embrace their journey, recognising that each day presents a new opportunity to fight with and win against resistance. This final message serves as a powerful reminder of the resilience and dedication required to achieve creative success. Key takeaway points. Number 1. Recognise and name your resistance. Understanding resistance is the first step towards overcoming it. Steven Pressfield emphasises that resistance is a universal force that every creator encounters. By identifying the form it takes, procrastination, self-doubt, or fear, creators can begin to address it head-on. Examples of implementation. Daily journaling. Spend 10 minutes each morning identifying where resistance is showing up in your life. Write about specific fears or doubts that are hindering your progress. Awareness exercise. Throughout the day, make a note every time you catch yourself avoiding your creative work. Reflect on these moments to understand the triggers and the patterns of your resilience. Number 2. Turning pro. Adopt a professional mindset. Pressfield's concept of turning pro is about shifting from an amateur to a professional attitude towards your creative work. This means showing up consistently, regardless of inspiration or mood, and treating your craft with the seriousness it deserves. Examples of implementation. Set a routine. Establish a specific time each day dedicated solely to your creative work. Treat this appointment with the same respect as a professional meeting. Create a workspace. Designate a specific place for your creative activities. Make this space inspiring and free from distraction to enhance your focus and productivity. Number 3. Embrace fear as a positive sign. Fear is a natural part of the creative process and often indicates that you are on the right track. Instead of avoiding fear, use it as a guide to push you towards growth and breakthroughs. Examples of implementation. Fear list. Write down all the fears you have related to your creative project. Next to each fear, note how it could potentially guide you towards a deeper, more authentic expression of your work. Fear exposure. Regularly engage in activities that scare you creatively. This could be sharing your work with others, trying a new medium, or tackling a challenging subject. Number 4. Prioritize self-validation over external approval. True professionals create for the sake of the work itself, not for external recognition. Pressfield emphasized the importance of internal motivation and staying true to your creative vision. Examples of implementation. Personal milestones. Set personal goals that focus on the process rather than the outcome. Celebrate achievements like completing a draft or learning a new skill. Create for yourself. Regularly create something just for you, without any intention of sharing it publicly. This practice helps reinforce the intrinsic value of your work. Number 5. Combat the shadow career. A shadow career is a safer, less fulfilling version of your true calling. Pressfield warns against settling for a shadow career and encourages pursuing your genuine passion with courage. Examples of implementation. Career audit. Reflect on your current career and identify aspects that feel like a compromise. Compare these with your true passions and consider steps towards aligning your career with your authentic desires. Passion projects. Dedicate time each week to work on projects that align with your true calling, even if they are not yet your main career focus. Number 6. Establishing a daily practice. Consistency is key in overcoming resistance. Establishing a daily practice not only builds discipline, but also helps create a habit of regular engagement with your creative work. Examples of implementation. Daily commitment. Commit to spending a set amount of time on your creative work each day, even if it's just 30 minutes. Consistency will build momentum and reduce the power of resistance. Track progress. Keep a journal or log of your daily work. Documenting your progress can provide motivation and a sense of achievement over time. Number 7. Connect with a higher realm of creativity. Pressfield suggests that creativity has a spiritual dimension, viewing artists as conduits for something greater. Embracing this perspective can bring a sense of purpose and reverence to your work. Examples of implementation. Meditation and mindfulness. Incorporate meditation or mindfulness practices into your routine to quieten the mind and open yourself to inspiration. Rituals. Develop personal rituals that signal the start of your creative work, such as lighting a candle, playing specific music, or reciting an affirmation. Number 8. Balance the ego. While the ego can drive ambition and perseverance, it can also foster insecurity and resistance. Understanding and managing the ego is crucial for maintaining a healthy creative process. Examples of implementation. Ego check-ins. Regularly assess your motivations and ensure they align with your true creative intentions rather than ego-driven desires for fame or recognition. Feedback balance. Seek constructive feedback from trusted sources, balancing it with your own judgment to avoid becoming overly reliant on external opinions. Final thoughts. The War of Art by Steven Pressfield is a masterful exploration of the internal battles that all creators face, offering not just insights but a powerful call to action. As we've seen from the introduction, Pressfield's identification of resistance and his clear-eyed examination of its various forms lay the groundwork for a profound understanding of the obstacles that hinder our creative potential. The book synopsis provided a glimpse into the structured yet deeply personal narrative Pressfield weaves, demonstrating how each section of the book builds upon the last to offer a cohesive strategy for overcoming these barriers. From defining resistance to embracing the professional mindset, Pressfield's journey is both relatable and inspiring. The main themes and events section delved into the heart of the book, detailing key concepts such as the professional attitude, the role of fear, the importance of self-validation, and the spiritual dimension of creativity. These themes not only provide a roadmap for creative success, but also challenges us to look deeper into our motivations and fears, transforming them into catalysts for growth. The key takeaway points section distilled Pressfield's wisdom into actionable advice, offering practical steps that readers can implement in their own lives, whether it's recognizing and naming resistance, adopting a professional routine, or connecting with the higher realm of creativity. These takeaways are designed to empower and motivate. In reflecting on the war of art, one mind-blowing conclusion stands out. The battle against resistance is not just a struggle, it is a fundamental aspect of the creative process that defines and shapes us. Pressfield's insights that each act of creation is an act of war against the inner force of self-sabotage transforms our understanding of creativity itself. This perspective not only reframes the challenges we face, but also reaffirms the nobility and the necessity of our creative pursuits. As we conclude, you should feel a renewed sense of purpose and determination. The War of Art is more than a guide. It's a manifesto for anyone who's ever dreamed of transcending their limitations and bringing their unique vision to life. The insights and strategies offered by Pressfield are not just for reading, they are for living, creating and thriving. I encourage you to take the next step, buy the book, delve into its pages and let Steven Pressfield's words inspire you to conquer your own resistance. Whether you are an artist, a writer, entrepreneur or someone simply looking to unlock their potential, The War of Art offers the keys to a transformative journey of creativity and self-discovery. Embrace the challenge, turn pro, and let your creative spirit soar.